Hey TCGU, Theros Beyond Death is out, and the faculty, along with my spouse Ray, are going to celebrate with a special event.
Each of us have bought a box and are going to build a bitchin' sealed pool, and then we're going to play a tournament.
And the greatest part of all this is every step in the process, from building to every match, will be filmed and available on TCG University.
So pick your favorite participant.
Watch all the videos.
And enjoy.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dave back with TCG University Video. We're going to be doing our really big sealed thing. I assume we're going to be naming that later. At this point, you've probably already seen our deck opening video, well, box opening video, I guess, for our decks. Now we're going to do deck construction. So I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking out loud, and I think I already know a little bit of what I want to do. Main thing is check out all of this sweet fixing. Technically these. Oh yeah, so we're just going to get hella greedy. Since I just opened a box, why wouldn't I? Looking like we're probably going to want to play Bant or possibly even 4 colors because we have a lot of very splashable cards in black. We have all sorts of super greedy ways to do it, and we have a lot of payoffs as far as black goes. We have Rise to Glory and knock over the stack of blue. Oh, sorry, green. We have a bunch of cool stuff. So let's go ahead and dig into it and figure out what I don't want to play, what the non-playables really are going to be. Normally with a sealed pool, that's kind of where I start is like, okay, what cards do I not want to play? Throw these away. I'm not even going to bother looking at them at this point because I deem them as completely unplayable. At this point, I'm just going to call the color red unplayable, move that in front of, like, yeah, Brett kind of perked up there as he's watching me do this, and yep, that's middle finger. I had a feeling that's what it was going to be. But yeah, okay, red's not normally unplayable, but in this instance, that's kind of what I'm going to call it, because I don't really want to, I'm already playing 4 colors, I don't see value in playing a 5th color. Like, that's not exactly free, like, there's a real cost to it. I mean, there's a real cost to going 4 colors, but still, let's not get that greedy. Let's have a little bit of self-control going 4 colors. All right, so we have a bunch of really sweet rares in various colors. We've got, obviously, Dream Trawler, which, for those of you that haven't played Limited yet with this set, this card's pretty close to unbeatable. If you get to attack with it once, it's very, very hard to lose the game at that point. Now, I've found a way to lose the game after you've played and attacked with the Dream Trawler, but more normal people don't. This card seems medium playable. I'm going to take pretty much any flyer for 5 mana unlimited. If it's rare, there's probably a reason for it. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. Like, the cost reduction is kind of cool, but it's not a huge deal. The fact that it's not countered is kind of medium. I don't know if someone's just going to be jamming a whole bunch of counter spells. I guess they could. This card, the stupid Kraken thing, which, see, this looks like an octopus. There's another Kraken that looked like lobster over in the tokens, but that's beside the point. I don't think we want to play Mantle of the Wolf. I'm going to throw this over here. We're just going to skip right to the rares, by the way. Obviously, we're doing that. Shatter the Sky. You almost always want to play the Wrath in Limited. One sec. Tammy, you're going to want to cut this part out because this is going to be kind of gross. I'm going to clear my throat. God, yeah. For those of you that are watching the recording, I hope that was cut out because that's super gross. All right. Ashiok's Erasure. This is a bad counterspell, but since we're playing with an entire box, people are probably going to be playing multiple of the same spell, and you could be getting some sweet splash damage. Or even 4 mana to neutralize your opponent's bomb and make sure if they have a second bomb, you're not going to have to deal with it. Lion may not get played. I think we're going to be playing green, but a 3/3 for 2 is not something I'm really excited for in a deck like this. I think we want to just be doing a whole bunch of stupid powerful stuff. Rise to Glory, I think we're going to be playing. I keep trying to read this card whenever I have it in my sealed pool to see on a captain of the playlist. Jeez, I'm terrible with these fantasy names. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna have an aura that I want to get, and I don't think I'm gonna be getting any human soldiers after I attach auras that I'm not gonna want to get. And speaking of auras that I'm not gonna want to play, I'm totally playing Staggering Insight because this card is bonkers. It is incredibly good. You +1/+1 lifelink and you make it an Ophidian whenever it attacks. That's sweet. Everybody loves drawing cards. I don't think we're gonna be a Devourer of Memory deck. I'm gonna throw that over into the no pile. Like, Aliquid of Effect. Okay, what does this thing do? Top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then you may return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. That is in the pile. Throw him onto the pile. Or her, which I couldn't see in the picture. Her. Alright, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. We're playing Cerberus. Too many words to be bad. You saw our podcast video thing. Okay. for you. The twice favor. Constellation enters enchantment enters battlefield. Get a +1/+1 counter, and that creature gains flying. That's pretty cool, and it's legendary, so it in multiples is very, very bad. We might end up, I'm going to throw this into the maybe pile instead of the I'm not going to look at you anymore pile. All right, cool. Let's look at more rares. Playing the Mythic. This card makes 4/4s. That's pretty sweet. And indestructible ones. This enables Constellation. This cares about Constellation. All right. So this one reveal an enchantment card from the top 4 cards and put it in your hand, and the rest in the bottom in random order, which is medium if we have a lot of, because I think we're going to have a lot of enchantments in this deck. -3, exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. Make some enchantment, the Faceless Butcher or an Oblivion Ring. That's pretty sick. -7, return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to your battlefield. That's replenish, and since creatures can also be enchantments and vice versa and all that crap, that's actually pretty sweet. I think I'm going to play, I think I'm going to try and build around Calyx Destiny's Hand. We might just do that. This card's like this is the best card in limited. This Kiora Beast Best the Sun God so you got Jesus. Words are so hard. Kiora Best the Sun God. Get an 8/8 with hexproof that they can't interact with. And then you tap down all their non-land permanents and they don't untap during their controller's next untap step. And then, and this is flavor text, so it doesn't actually matter what the third mode is, because they should just be dead at that point, but you can steal a permanent they control and untap it. And untap it! Ooh. Ooh. Only got haste 2, but that's probably a bit, maybe that's a bit much. Maybe that's a bit much with your 8/8 uninteractable, monster. This card's insane in constructed, and it's pretty good in limited. There's almost always going to be a target for it, something that costs 3 or more. The second mode is not overly exciting, but I've been on the receiving end of that a few times, and it's pretty good when you're like missing on land drops and you have your big stupid non-creature spell that you cannot cast. And the third mode is obviously very, very good. We get to get our Calyx back. That's insane. We can replenish and get an Elspeth's Conqueror's deck back. That seems awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna play 2 of this card, definitely. In our 4-color deck, I don't think I want to have a land that doesn't tap for a color. That seems super bad. So we're not gonna play that. This is a clone. Yeah, I'm in for clone. That's fine. All right, and this one's red, so we're not playing it. Now, I've got the temples down here. Temple of Abandon, I think we might play just for the scry. It's just a bad forest. We might end up playing that. We might not. I'm probably going to get cold feet on it later. Temple of Plenty. I can't think of a single reason why we're not going to want to play that card. And I've already established that I intend to get hella greedy. And look at those 4 Traveler's Amulets. Altar of the Pantheon. Unknown Shores. Some number of these might be getting cut, but so far we want to play a bunch of rares. Get out of here, Bronze-Eyed Lion. I'm not in for a 3/3. Shadow Spear seems cool, but I don't know if I want to play it yet. Like, I think I would rather just be playing more enchantments. So let's see what we've got in the white spot. So Flicker seems good. This is a maybe. I don't like the idea of Indomitable Will. So some sort of Constellation. All right, this card is surprisingly very, very good. I'm definitely playing Birth. Okay, we're going to turn enchantment card from graveyard to the battlefield. This is 6 mana to do this. That's not bad. I guess we're going to be kind of ramping with that other stupid thing. All right, Revoke Existence is almost Doomblade in this format. There are so many artifacts and enchantments floating around. It's just stupid dumb. Playing the removal spell, even the bad removal spells we're playing it. Another Flicker. We can Flicker into the yes pile. The yes pile. Daybreak. Most of the devotion things aren't overly exciting in this deck because obviously we're going to be playing a lot of colors, so our devotion to white is probably not going to be as much as it normally would. It doesn't seem overly great, but it's probably fine. All right, more things. Get more things that are going to enable Constellation because I'm definitely going to want it. And I'm not a huge fan of cards like Nyxborn Courser, especially with this type of seal that we're going to be doing. It has no words on it aside from flavor text. It's a 2/4 for 3. Like, that's filler. I don't think we necessarily have to play filler. Like, I'm going to want to make a lot of cuts near the end of this. There are going to be a lot of cards that I'm like, yeah, this just doesn't, I just don't have room for it. I don't want to do this. I might end up being really stupid and, playing 60 cards. That's a possibility. I might just see what happens. More Revoke Existences. This stupid thing. I think, I don't know, we might end up having some amount of auras. It's a 1/2 flyer. It enables Constellation. I think that's enough. This stupid thing will probably get back Wait, no, it's more aura stuff. Damn. Okay, maybe we do want auras. That's a possibility. Hold up. Whenever a creature dies, if an aura you control was attached to it, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So we might actually have some auras we want to put on our opponent's things to kill them in black. That might actually be what our plan with that is. Yeah, I think I said Archon of Falling Stars was fine. Okay, more removal. Omen of the Sun. Heliod's Punishment. Yay. Banishing Light, definitely playing that. Double white and our 4-color deck, probably not. Commanding Presence. Okay, so that is an aura that I think is worth it. There's so many words on it. Gets +2/+2 for strike, and then you start churning out dudes. That's pretty cool. It would only be cooler if the dudes were also enchantments, but that's super greedy, even for me. All right, another Commanding Presence. All right, cool. Most of this garbage off to the side. We need to go back to it if I decide that we don't want to be playing some color, which, come on, we're going to be playing most of them. Okay. Probably want to play Witness of Tomorrow's? Okay, yeah, we're going to play the stupid fish enchantment thing. Like, I don't know how I'm going to win the game, but there are going to be a lot of ways that I stop myself from losing the game, so that's kind of cool. Thirst for Meaning. I like drawing cards. We're going to have enough enchantments to make it good. That seems fine. I don't want to counterspell. That seems bad. And what else we got? This is a pretty fine trick. Starlit Mantle, but I don't think we're going to play it. I don't think we're going to be in the market to hold back a trick when we're going to have so much removal. We're going to have a bunch of other things we would rather play. And most of our creatures are going to be expendable, I think. Dream Trawler already protects itself, so yeah, I don't see much point to having to hold open mana for that too. Yeah, a lot of things that don't end up getting exiled, we might just be able to rebuy with things like Elspeth Conquers Death, and we probably have Rise from whatever. Yeah, Rise to Glory. We'll have that one too. Okay, stupid fish thing. This seems like it's going to be fine with a lot of our constellation things. Shimmerwing Chimera. We're going to be able to just enable more and more constellation. And I don't think we're playing the big stupid Sphinx. I think we want to just be focusing on a bunch of cool stuff. Okay, Eidolon of Philosophy. I think we will play that card. 1-drop enchantment. Get to draw cards off of it afterwards. That seems pretty sweet. So we got Stupid Turtle. Hey, another Philosopher. Neat. Philosophy. Eidolon of Philosophy. There we go. Garbage. More garbage. Sea God Scorn. Yeah, I think we do want to play that. I don't think I have a whole lot of them. I think like 1 or 2 is probably going to be fine. Being able to bounce up to 3 things is generally pretty good, especially if it's coming in late game. If they play like 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop, and just bounce all that stuff to their hand, make them rebuild. That's generally a huge tempo swing if we need time to set up. Or we can just bounce some of our stuff to rebuy comes into play effects. That's also quite good. Play another Thirst for Meaning because the card's sweet. Honestly, I play Thirst for Knowledge too, even if I don't have artifacts in my deck. I like drawing cards. Drawing cards, best thing you can do in this game. Better than winning, I'd argue. Ooh, Prophecy. All right. Drawing more cards, enchantment. Even get to do some scrying. Okay. I wish Sweet Oblivion was going to work out in this deck, but it is not an option, I'm afraid. We got a couple of Sweet Oblivions. We've got a couple of Towering Wave Mystics and a Sage of Mysteries. I almost want to play the Sage of Mysteries just for funsies. Let's just try and mise them. Let's get them. We're not going to, though, because I'm going to need to make a lot of cuts already. All right. So that's the blue stuff I want to play. Let's see what the green stuff is. Obviously, we're definitely going to play this thing. This should have been with the rares, but it wasn't. Play an extra land. All my lands tap for whatever color. Sweet. That's easy mode with this type of deck. 4 colors? Hell yeah. I think any hand that has a forest and this card I'm keeping. I don't care if there are not other lands in it. That just seems like, yeah, we're going to have a much easier time. I'm not playing the biggest pig. Get out of here, big pig. Nylea's Intervention. Search your library for up to X land cards, reveal them. Yeah, I think we actually have to do it just for that mode, since we're getting hella greedy with the mana base. Like we're probably going to want to be great base green, and the rest are just going to be splashes. Yeah, splashing. The old double white, double blue splash. Why not? Yeah, that just seems like that's going to end up being the best for all of this stuff. Don't care about that card. think there's, man, for actually, yeah, I think we're gonna play Return to Nature. The same, we might end up cutting a few Revoke Existences in favor of Return to Nature just because of that extra mode of exiling from the graveyard. If there's some sort of problematic thing that we can't quite deal with, like, I mean, it's just slightly more versatile than Revoke Existence. What else we got? Omen of the Hunt. We're definitely playing more fixing. Hydra's Growth. If they do not answer this card almost immediately, it gets bad news bears for them. So we're gonna definitely play that, and however many other of that card that we have. Gotta play the Caryatid, Omen of the Hunt. Okay, first Crowan Games. A lot of words on this. You make a 1/1, and then you put 3 counters on it. On a creature you control, likely that. And then, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards, and then create a gold card. Gold token. And gold token, I was playing with one earlier, is that stupid thing. Sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, you know what? I talked myself into it. It didn't take much effort. Like being able to draw cards and a bunch of other stuff. Let's play the Fight Enchantment. Okay, what else we got? Relentless Pursuit. Like, man, we're gonna have to make a lot of stupid cuts. Play the other. We might even not. Yeah, we might just be banned. I don't even think we want to. Well, I think there are gonna be some black cards we want to play. But yeah, we're gonna have to make a lot of cuts here. There are a lot of cards I want to play. I'm probably getting overly greedy. Like, the Blessing may not be. The Blessing may just get cut then. We may not want that because I don't know if we're necessarily gonna have a lot of creatures we want to fight. That might be somewhat of a problem. I'll keep them in here so I don't have to dig them out if I decide I want to play it. Okay, Binding of the Titans. Each player puts top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Exile 2 cards from graveyards. Each creature card exiled this way gain 1 life. And then return target creature or land from graveyard to your hand. Alright, I think I figured out what we're going to be doing, guys. Right, stay with me on this. This is going to look kind of dumb. Stick with me. Our plan is great. As much as I want to play this big stupid thing, I don't think I can justify a triple green creature in my 4-color deck. Alright, Relentless Pursuit. Get in here. Caryatid. Return to Nature. Alright, I feel like I shot through green way quicker than the other colors. Alright. And for the last color, black. So, I don't think this card is even remotely playable. Wolfstrider. Wolfstrider is pretty sweet. Need to Extinction as removal. A second Wolfstrider. Not playing Treacherous Blessing. I would like to, but yeah. Alright, Final Death. Final Death. Might want to play the. I'm not going to play the Wolfstriders. Who am I kidding? I'm not playing this card. We are not a Wolfstrider deck. Okay. Ugh. Taking all of the restraint to not just slam all the black cards and call it good. And despite the fact that this card is very good, Inevitable End, this card's very good at answering bombs if they're the only thing in play. There have been plenty of times where I've died with this on my opponent's best creatures. They go, all right, cool, let's sack my stupid 0/5 turtle and attack you for lethal. Yeah, nice Inevitable End. We're just not going to be playing that card. I just don't think it's overly great. I think it's too conditional. Sometimes you get your opponent, other times they just keep sacrificing things that are completely irrelevant. Definitely playing Elspeth's Nightmare. Look at all the words on this. They're all good. Destroy a creature power 2 or less. Then you get to cast Duress on your opponent, look at their hand, make them discard a non-creature, non-land, and then you exile their graveyard. Like, the last mode isn't overly great. The other two are good enough that the third one's just kind of, just kind of free roll. It's fine. Exile their graveyard. Maybe they have something that they could have rebought, or at the very least, you stop them from potentially. You stop some of the resources from being able to rebuy creatures later. Let's see here. Yeah, Omen of this card's bad. I think we're pretty much just going to be playing all of the black removal that we have. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get super greedy with Hateful Eidolon in Mogus's favor. Start drawing a bunch of cards off of killing our opponent's things. All right, Myra's Grasp. Another Mogus's favor. We're probably not going to play all these Mogus's favors. We're probably going to be making a lot. Yeah, we get to make a lot of cuts soon. This card's quite good as far as things that are rebought. Game goes late when you get to rebuy this, the second or third time, then your opponent's kind of not feeling great because they're still staring down the 5/6, and if they kill it, you probably get to rebuy it yet again and make them sacrifice their worst creature, worst non-Gorgon. Okay, I don't think we want the Edicts. take the final death. Another Hateful Eidolon, we will play that. And Agonizing Remorse is probably fine as a one-of. with what my plan is that I have in my head that I'm going to tell you all in just a moment, it's probably going to be a lot worse. It's probably going to cut. All right, Elspeth's Nightmare, number 2. And another Myers Gasp. All right, fantastic. So we'll call it good there. I'm sure a lot of you folks are like, why'd you pass over this card? Why'd you pass over that card? I probably don't have a very great reason. I'm more singling in. I kind of have an idea of what I'm planning on doing. It's probably not overly great. Definitely mention in the comments. You're like, hey, I think you probably should have done this. Why'd you do this? Feel free to ask. I probably don't have a good answer, but I will be more than happy to try. A lot of this is I intend to have fun with this format. It seems like a sweet idea, and I'm glad we're doing it. And I think I'm hoping everybody else has the same idea. So let's go ahead and. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get these stupid legendary things out of here. Cool. We're gonna kind of show ourselves a mana curve. We're gonna have creatures on top, spells, and non-creatures on the bottom, and lands over on the corner. So, wow. This way we kind of have an idea if we are not having a lot of creatures, or if we have too many auras, not enough creatures, something like that, then we know we need to make some cuts, what kind of cuts we want to make. And these surprises, I'm pretty sure we're just going to play 60 cards. I think these decks are going to be consistent enough. Like, playing 40 is probably better, but again, I'm here to have a good time. Let's have a good time and play a bunch of cards. We'll see what happens. Besides, I mean, I want to play with all these sweet rares. Why wouldn't I want to play with these sweet rares? I'm not liking this card anymore. That's going to be the other fun part about this, is I'm digging through going, this probably... Yeah, this is not a creature. It might as well be, but it's not. Hell yeah. Okay. I guess Omen of the Sun technically counts as creatures. Raise the Alarm did. It's more Commanding Presence. More of this. Jeez, this is going to be very difficult. I did not think this through all the way. This is not the normal way that we do things, but c'est la vie. We'll know in the event that we do this next time. Non-creature. Alright. So much removal. So many dudes. Okay, another Evoke Existence. Flicker. Maybe we're not in on the Flicker. Like, what do we even have that we want to, like, rebuy comes into play effect? We've got the Archon. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't really like that as a combat trick, so get this stupid card out of here. I'm probably cutting that guy next. Probably cutting the 1-drops, but we will see. So many Revoke Existences. Dreadful Apathies. Yeah. I don't even know if we necessarily want this. Return an enchantment. We're going to return Elspeth Conquers Death. Kirabeth the Sea God? Probably. Alright. Yeah, okay. Thinking about it, we're probably going to be playing like maybe 2 planes. Maybe 2 or 3 planes to get this out of here. It's not going to be that great. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in for that one. Down here. Yeah, it'll play 2 Mogus's favors. I don't think we want any more than that, because we also get to have the Myers Grasp, which also will trigger Hateful Eidolon and Dawn Avengel, which would be sweet. Okay, Elspeth's Nightmare, Myers Grasp. We are stacked for removal. Maybe we probably don't need all these Revoke Existences done, and I don't think we want the bind. Oh, okay. So we're playing 4 colors. You can see an argument for Binding of the Titans, because that potentially gets us a color that we don't have. We haven't even started putting down any of the green either. Like, necessarily being base green isn't really the case, because we're going to have 4 Traveler's Amulets, we're going to have 3 Altar of the Pantheon, we're going to have a bunch of Unknown Shores if I end up playing the Unknown Shores, and both of the Scrylands I have are green. So, probably okay on that. Yeah, we're definitely not playing this Fight Enchantment. This Fight Enchantment just seems bad. I'm going to play the Relentless Pursuit. Out of here. Some number of Caryatids. I'd probably play the Caryatids over the enchantment creatures that reduce the cost of ores, because we just don't have a lot of ores that I think we're going to care about. We have a few pretty good ones, but not enough that I think the cost reduction is going to be like, we're going to reduce the cost of our 3-mana enchantment to a 2-mana enchantment. That's probably not that great. All right, Omen of the Hunt's not a creature. Over here, this thing. Okay, Nylea's Intervention. We're going to curve out at 7. We might as well put that over there. This thing. It's probably going to be not quite as good, because I think we want to play that early on, get an early advantage as far as cards go, and then like playing it later in the game is probably fine, but I don't think it's going to go. Yeah, we probably don't want to play this. We have better things to do with 6 so far. I'm probably going to have to make some cuts over on that side too. This guy's a 1 of, seems fine. Stupid Fish enchantment is a 3 of. Alright, and cool. So at least preliminary cuts. It looks like most of our stuff's at the 3 mark. That's probably what we're going to want to cut. So let's see. I think we're going to keep pretty much all of our card draw and removal and fixing. I think can cut that, because it's hella slow, but I mean it does stuff, but it is incredible slow. Normally I think I'd be for the Relentless Pursuits, but I think since we are going to be playing 3 Thirst for Meaning, that's probably just going to end up being better. Apathies, Banishing Light, Commanding Presences. I think I want to play all those so far. Okay. Double blue counterspell seems bad at 4. Let's just not play that at all. I want all of these 5 drops, because we want these creatures back. So the modes are 1 or both, creature from the battlefield, or aura, and we have plenty of auras that are removal spells, and etc., etc. Get this stupid thing out of here. I'd love to be able to loop that with Elspeth Conquers Death or something along those lines, but I think that's a bit much. Okay, so we've got in the 2-drop spot. I don't think we're going to need all these Revoke Existences, and we probably don't need to have as many Return to Natures as we have either. Let's cut out 2 Return to Natures so far. These Myers Graphs, healing out punishment. This card's very good, but I don't think we're going to be tempoing anybody out. Like, what am I going to do? That put it on the Dream Trawler and, draw a card, make it bigger after it's already dealt damage. Like one of these stupid things that enables Constellation. It's probably not where we want to be. I don't think we want these guys. Just got these stupid things. And we're going to keep all of these Eidolons. I'm going to try and get super big with the Kraken. You're a 4-drop, not a 1-drop. Get out of here. Still need to make more cuts, I'm pretty sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to be separating these into piles of 5, so it's just easier to eyeball it. Or at least I'm counting smaller piles. Less of a chance that I miscount and look like an idiot on camera. It's not like that's ever happened before. Okay. Get out of here, foils. Things in piles of 5. Now let's make some piles of 10. Consolidate. 40. Yep. 50. 60. 70. 78, and I'm definitely not adding lands to that and calling it good, so let's make some more cuts. I don't think we're going to be cutting any fixing or removal. We might actually end up... you know what? No, we probably should actually cut some amount of the fixing, I think. keep the caryatids, probably. I mean, we can cut... Trim a Traveler's Amulet. I'm going to cut the Commanding Presence, too. Okay. Like, Hydra's Growth is generally a good card to get early game. And if we don't get it early game, it's not going to be nearly as exciting. So... I probably should have had that epiphany when I still had them both in the same pile. I'm a genius, obviously. Alright. They're gone. Let's see. Return to Nature. Let's just cut these two too. Like... We're probably just going to be overpowering our opponents anyway. It's probably less important that we get to be able to exile. And I think Elspeth Conquers Death is going to be able to get most things, or potentially get them with the Elspeth's Nightmare as well. So we want to try and... We're going to try and trim this down to... I think 36 is going to be reasonable. We can get like 30... Yeah. Try and get close to 36. Ooh. Damn. Sorry. Screw it. Let's just cut the black. Let's just do that. That's going to be way less greedy. Like, as much as I want to be able to playing a lot of these black cards, it's probably better just to have a more consistent, 3-color pile instead of a less consistent big 4-color pile. That might be able to do cooler stuff, but we don't really need to do that, I don't think. We have plenty of removal in the other colors. Besides, we have all of our sweet unbeatable rares in the Bant colors, so... Kind of makes the removal I just cut look a little bit better, but yeah, never mind on that. 4, 5, 6. 53 is still a bunch of cuts to make. Cut this stupid thing. This is filler anyway. Yeah, let's cut both these caryatids. I think, all 3 of the caryatids. Okay, so we're at 49. Like 13 more cuts. Okay. Jesus. Cut this one. Okay. I probably only play 3 of this card. The super boring part, looking at all the cuts, things that, even though I probably want to play, I'm not going to. This is probably off the menu now that I don't have any sweet interaction with all the black removal enchantments. And most of these things either nullify it for X amount of turns or exile it, nullification, and then exiling it is the other white enchantment for 3, which I will find at some point. Okay. Dreadful Apathy, that's the one. I got it too. Get the other character out of here. Yeah, I think we still want the Chimera. Yeah, we'll cut Omen of the Sun. Kind of like to have that, but it's not overly necessary. Like, this one ramps us, this one draws us cards. Cut this thing. I don't think any of my opponents will be playing a bunch of counterspells, and if they do, they need to counter a lot of things. Okay. So now we're down to 40. 40 just non-lands. So we have a lot of fixing, we have a lot of ramp. We still have the 3 so I don't think we're going to play just 20 lands. I think we can probably get away with like 22, so maybe like 2 more cuts, and then we can figure out what the mana base should be. Get a lot of these things. Huh. Oh, yeah, this card. Okay, it's dumb. 1 and... Okay. I'm going to cut Heliod. I mean, probably build around it a bit better, but I think as is, I think most of the constellation stuff we have is just better. All right, so let's go ahead and... Now that we've made enough cuts, and I think we're at a decent number... So many 3-drops. All right, cool. Here we go. So we're not exactly base green anymore. Yeah, what am I doing? Just screw. We'll just cut the green. It's way better. Like, what's green even getting us? A way to enable splashing green? So that seems kind of bad. Let's just cut the green out completely. That feels like a lot of extra steps to just go blue-white, but here we all are. All right. That leaves us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 cards. 5 and 36. Okay, 36. 24 lands. Okay, we're going to play Temple of Plenty as a bad plains that gets to scry as well. And... oh, screw this. Yeah, I think we're going to want more blue instead of white. So some of you are probably going, yeah, use the same Warwick Plains. I'm not going to do that. That is a lot of effort for very little returns. So we're going to do 8 plains, counting Temple of Plenty as a plains, and 9 islands. Okay. All right, there are plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there we go. So a lot of extra steps to just get to playing our blue-white rares. But here we are, and it should be fine. I've become everything I've ever hated, which is a blue-white guy. So, all right, check out the other videos. Brett, Ray, and JC will all be doing a lot of the same, going through the rationale, logic, in building their deck. I'm sure that they are going to come up with a very different solution than what I did, as they had a different pool, and maybe they're not going to want to go, hey, I'm going to do 5 colors. Never mind on 5 colors. I'm playing 60-card deck because I'm a wizard. So, all right, thanks. Hit the like and subscribe, the bell, there are other things. check us out, Patreon, all these things. We'll see you in the, well, I'll see you guys in the matches. You'll see me again in the matches. Check out the other videos. Peace out.